introduce my guest that's going to be on the show, and then he said that, and then from there, after he gets done saying his name, I'll clip it to the rest of the podcast.
Oh, perfect.
Just to clarify.
They
them.
Yeah, I was wondering. Okay. Okay. Ready? Okay. Oh, sorry. you said. Okay, ready? Okay.
Well, you see, I can't remember. He was doing an amazing job, especially when he was getting expressive. He was looking right into that lens, and it looks amazing. So,
just so you know, it's
they, them.
And, I'm sorry, what?
Pronouns they, them.
Yeah. Yes.
It's okay. I know you meant no harm by it. I know you meant no harm by it. No,
you're good.
Girl, it's okay. It's all love.
Really quick, because ain't nobody ever taught me.
Uh-huh.
So, when I see Milani,
Uh-huh.
I see a grown woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm like, she. That's why I was talking to her. I was like, she was.
No, yeah.
Right. Okay, but like yourself, what?
So
say?
I'm non-binary. So like for you guys are in the binary. So she, her. You know, as you guys identify as you're a woman, and so a man would be identified as a man. So they would be he, him. I'm non-binary. I don't feel like I fit in either one. So I had to do they, them. They, them.
It's a gender neutral pronoun.
Yes, gender. Like, so if you saw someone you didn't know if they're a man or a girl, you say they.
You're gonna say they. Like, you're like,
yeah.
Because like you don't know. You're like, or if you heard of somebody, and like they might have like a gender neutral name, and you're like, I never saw this person, so you're gonna be like they. You're like, oh, that person that. Or the person, or they over there, or them over there.
Somebody trying to be sneaky. Oh yeah, I was out with this person.
This person, they. Yeah, and they were doing this. Yeah.
Oh, everyone's non-binary all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's very.
Them, I'm not sure if
Yes.
it's binary or non-binary.
Mm-hmm.
And then if obviously it's obvious, then she.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and sometimes
just out of respect.
Out of
like
respect.
if you know they.
Yeah, for me, I always lead everybody with they them. Sometimes like I might gender you and give you like he him or she her if I feel like the way you're presenting is how you want
Trans
it.
mass, trans femme.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll do that, but if I don't know, I'm quick with a they over there or them over there real quick because look,
I give.
No, I understand.
No,
yeah, you don't have to catch me slipping.
Cis or trans, I'd be they them in. You tell me, hey, I don't like being. That's cool, but I know it's it's all love.
You guys are giving grace, like give like maybe another.
Of course, yeah.
Grace, and then I do think everybody should catch on at some point. I guess I don't find myself around a lot of LGBT.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
I'm just like, but like I'm open. Okay?
That's all we ask for you to just hear us.
Right, I'm running into y'all time, but you guys again, like I think this platform is necessary. Something that you guys have that women and men we just don't carry is that just unpronounced of like I belong. I'm here. It's happening. I don't care if you like it or not. That energy is very much present, and I think it needs to be talked about. Again, educating people like myself, even though I'm open to addressing you guys however you want to be addressed, I'm still not educated. It's like a lack of knowledge. So these conversations are totally important, and I'm listening. Right?
Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate you.
Yes, we love people who are actively working and actively trying. Because a lot of times, when we eat people up, it's usually given. It's up and it's stuck.
It's up and it's stuck.
It's up and it's stuck, and I don't care to change.
And
and when you give up and it's stuck, and I don't care to change, then
that's what you just said that. Like, all right, I forgive you now. But
Yeah.
Once you know it's offensive, you gonna still keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like now it's harmful.
Yeah, that's when it comes harmful.
If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'm gonna make sure I remove myself.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to do that,
I'm not gonna surround myself with that.
If I'm gonna be a he him after I see you,
The devil is lying.
That was a lie.
You gotta be over there, and I'll be over here.
You ain't gotta tell me, but once.
Look, you ain't having once. I'm gonna be out. God choose me.
Have me on an episode so I can ask all the questions.
Of
Yes.
course, yes.
I think y'all can again identify because I feel like there are a lot of people like me that are open. I want to be around, but I'm honestly scared because I don't want to offend. So
I
don't
think-
know
It's open dialogue.
I think that's the problem. A lot of people are scared to offend. A lot of people are scared to be correct. Yeah. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't like being corrected. And so that's when people get offensive. And I feel like a lot of times that's what keeps them from engaging with queer people because they're like, I don't want to be corrected or I don't want to offend nobody. And so they just remove themselves from every situation. But you don't learn and you can never be in community with somebody if you're not actively feeling, they don't want to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I always say, you don't want to be uncomfortable, but every time we enter straight spaces or cis spaces, we're made to feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and so there's a time to like give like there's a grace period of like, okay, I see you actively trying, and so I'm gonna give you grace. And it doesn't mean I'm not gonna correct you every time. I'm gonna correct you because me correcting you is gonna help you learn and take time to like remember, because eventually you're gonna get tired of being corrected, and your brain's gonna be like, I got it.
It's just like learning somebody's name. You know, learning how to say somebody's name. It's really not that big of a difference.
And I always say sometimes, in your learning phase, if you don't know somebody's gender or like how they identify, gender expression or gender identity and pronouns, if you know their name, say their name. Ermias. You know how to say he,
or
she,
just
him?
if you want to open up that discussion, you'd be like, hey, my name is Ermias, pronouns they, them. Allow them to express
themselves. And what are yours?
And then it's not offensive to ask somebody what they identify as. Like, that's not, or is it offensive?
It's a
maybe saying what do you identify as? I think if you're not close to them, it can be offensive. But like if you ask somebody what's their pronouns, that's never offensive.
Yeah.
What's your pronouns?
Yeah. So like
What's your pronouns? Because like their identity may not always match the pronouns. Because like there's gender. Because like even though like let's say there's people out here who look like Ermias and be like she her pronouns, but they look like Ermias. So their gender identity could be as that of a feminine being or adjacent to womanhood, right? But their gender expression, they prefer to express their gender in a different way. Like they prefer to dress a little more masculine, you know,
so
because like
beyond it shouldn't matter what they look like. You can address the person to figure out what they want to.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I always say we have studs, we have we have studs.
Shout out to the Chicago studs.
You know what? They feel different. Shout out to the studs.
Why we just get so high tension?
Shout out to the Chicago studs.
The studs are making the people feel.
There's a few last night.
No.
It's recorded right now, so if you want to use this like a
B-roll.
one little learning test,
Yes.
just more content.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But no, thank you for teaching me that. Thank you for correcting me because I speak on stages a lot to all different types of people, and I don't want to be that person that's just ignorant and doesn't know. Right?
Well, thank you for listening.
Yes.
Thank you for being
And I
there.
always say, like, when you're in spaces that often don't acknowledge queer people, or if you don't know people, or queer people are in there, because sometimes you're around people that you don't know is queer, and they're queer, and just asking the question of like, what's your pronouns, or even just offering your pronouns, be like, hey, I'm so and so, she, her pronouns.
It's a safe space.
Can create a safe space for people to be like, oh, okay, she's safe.
You see me.
So like, you see, like
that.
so it's like maybe I can acknowledge, hey, actually, I don't go by she, her. I go by they, them pronouns. And the fact that you said these are my pronouns makes somebody else feel safe. Be like, maybe I can be in this space as my full self.
A lot of spaces for us are brave spaces, not safe spaces.
Look, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a safe space. There's only such thing as brave spaces to actively be vulnerable enough to show up as your full self and hope in which the people that you're in community with, the people that you're in space with, can hold that for you. So you gotta be brave, because you can't always commit to a safe space because you don't know how people act. You're not comfortable for a actions.
Because I'll be quick. If I'm somewhere I don't feel comfortable, I don't need a dress femme. If I feel like I'm about to be hate crimed, I'll put for my safety.
Got to go.
For my safety.
I hate that you guys are even still going through that portion of it. Like, because it's like, if it's gonna be cool, let it be cool. Okay? There's no more unsafe spaces. You know, so I wish and I pray. Okay, listen.
And we receive.
I'm confused with my religion. I don't even know what to think about it. But like, that's another story for another time. But I just don't think that's my portion. I know, regardless, I'm not the judge. Okay, so and that's all that matters. That's his portion.
Yes.
I'm told in the book to love everybody.
Yes.
Amen to that.
And that's that.
Yes,
So,
I love that.